My god, how long does this take? Fucking ever.
How may I help?
Okay, I can't go there. I could go to Lorna's watch. Let's have a look at the map. No, that's not detailed enough. Let's have a look at here. No, you know what, let's go to Grey Watch.
May I assist you? Be careful.
It's... Yeah, Grey Watch is a good idea. Because instead of having to fling myself off a cliff, if I go to the other place that I went to earlier, with if I go here, I fling myself down this way. If I go Grey Watch, I can just skirt it along up this road and go right in. So yeah. I wonder how many raids and whatnot we're going to get in total. Because we already have 3 raids. Sorry, I was just curious if Van Nice would pop up. We already have 3 raids. Which is the exact same amount we had in WAD. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 dungeons. How many do we have in WAD? 8. We've already, like, this many, you know? How much are we gonna get in total? How many zones? How much questing? You know? It's curious. Also, the ancient mana shards have gotten their new icon. Instead of yellow, it's now a blue tint. That's nice. Let's have a look at the Karazhan thing. Ooh, they're doing Opera Hall again. Westfall Story. Wicked. Beautiful Beast. Maiden of Virtue, oh, she's back. Atumen the Huntsman. Moros. The Curator. Shade of Medivh. Mana Devourer. And Vadum the Watcher. From the moment of its mysterious creation, the purpose of this dark tower has been intertwined with the history of the Guardians of Terrasfall. Once Azeroth's greatest bulwark against Legion, it's now known as the home of Medivh, who tragically betrayed Azeroth and brought the unbroken chain of Guardians to an end. This legacy makes Karazhan a place of particular interest for the Legion, who descended in full force in an effort to make a new front in their war on the denizens of Azeroth. Candle of Flickering Lumens. Ooh. Illusion Mongoose. Illusion Sunfire. Lava Quenched Hoofplate. Alright. Midnight's Eternal Rains. Nice. Miniature Bonfire. Nice. Spellbound Rose Petal. Not bad. Virtuous Directive. Helm of Phantasmal Scars. That's nice. Amulet of the Last Guardian. Killing a dungeon boss increases your damage and healing by 10% for 2 minutes. So if you have a wine-stained mantle and that necklace, you get that set bonus. Not bad. Though it annoyingly has no mastery. Maybe the other bit does. Well, this necklace, which is actually lower level, lower item level, interestingly enough, taking damage has a chance to instantly deal 16,392 physical damage to all nearby enemies, or to nearby enemies, I should say. And that does give mastery. Surprisingly enough, less than my current thing, despite it being substantially higher level. Mantle of Conflicted Loyalties. Ooh, here's the Weinstein one. And yes, this does give mastery, but very little. Which is, like, look how little mastery it gives compared to what I have. It's weird. Keepsake from one unforgettable night. Was that meant to be a reference to One Night in Karazhan, the Hearthstone thing? These possibly charmed Korean bands increase energy and relaxation. It reminds me of these, like, I've seen these things before. There's like these magnetic things people would wear to help with like back problems or what have you. I don't think it kind of makes me think of those. Don't think they did shit, but people liked them well enough. The first time you deal damage to an enemy, they'll deal 10% less damage to you for 4 seconds. Excuse me. Abandoned by a previous tenant of the menagerie. Alright. Groat your target from behind, causing them to bleed for 9,811 physical damage every 3 seconds until they die. Marked with a raven silhouette. That is nice. It's not much damage, but it's every 3 seconds until they die. You know? It's kind of nice. Just every 3 seconds they're taking down that. It's very small, but it's until they die. So it's not bad. Your melee auto attacks increase your critical strike stats every 10 seconds, up to 10 times, and it's reset if your auto attacks to a different target. Tony's promise. Tony. Create a flame gale at an enemy's location, dealing 201,944 fire damage over 8 seconds. Flame gale strikes an enemy affected by Thunder Ritual, which I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's I have a feeling that it might be an item. Say if you go to Westfall Story here, it might be another drop from that. Anyway, the damage increased by 30% and its radius is increased by 50. So go here. Drop that. Yeah. See here. Hurt Maraga's favor. Mark an enemy with Thunder Ritual and do that much damage after 3 seconds. If they're affected by Thunder Gale, it deals 30% increased damage and stuns for 3 seconds. So if you have them both, or if you and someone else has them, then you can do a fair whack of damage. Part of me is thinking, would it be really worth it? Like, I could probably do that much damage in, a move. But then again, increased radius and damage, meaning it could hit more than one target. And then the stunning and increased damage. It's kind of nice. Just wicked. Are our villains born evil, or do they fall into wickedness due to the influence of others? Perhaps considering this quandary from the Hosen point of view will offer enlightenment. Alright. Tony and... That's hilarious. Amidst the carnage of two rival gangs battling for the turf of Westfall, two lovers from very different worlds fight for happiness. It is said that love is blind, but does it also need a translator? That's hilarious. The Defies Brotherhood and the Finns attack separately, culminating in a finale with Tony and McGurk. That's hilarious. Cursed to take the form of a beastly monster, Brute must find true love before he loses his life to dark magic that transforms him. Will he learn proper tame manners and to win the heart of the fair Bella? Maiden of Virtue. Arriving in Karazhan to cleanse the Tower of Vice and Corruption, the Titan Watcher was infuriated by Medivh's infamous parties and debaucheries. As her crusade for virtue seeks converts to her cause, the Maiden remains committed to purging immorality using all the powers at her disposal. Why does she give a shit about, parties and debauchery? I just thought Titans would give more of a shit, such as, about other things, such as the Titans' pantheon being dead. Once charged with the hunting game for his master's feasts, Tunmin now sets his sights on a very different kind of quarry. Ever wary of those seeking to steal his famed steed, Midnight, Tunmin unleashes his well-honed fighting skills against all intruders. Moros. The steward of Karazhan dotes upon his master's dinner guests within the grand banquet hall. Thoroughly devoted to the care of the tower, dispatches impolite party crashers with cruel efficiency. The Curator. The Curator safeguards the menagerie from unwelcome guests, terminating trespassers who seek to plunder the secrets of Karazhan. Though assembled by Medivh himself, the guarding construct has deteriorated over time, becoming prone to energy overloads and erratic behavior. And I noticed you can't actually fight the dragon. Like, a lot of these are bosses. Well, ignore these three. These are like there's the opera hall, and you could fight like Romeo and Juliet and whatnot in it. And these are 3 new stories. Maiden Virtue, him, and him, and possibly this guy. No, this is you fighting the Guardian itself. Before you were playing a game of chess with him, but these are like fighting these again. Basically, you used to be able to summon a dragon in, but since the dragon's not here on the list, I doubt you can. So anyway, maybe you still can. I don't know. So great was the power of the last Guardian, Medivh, that his magic still echoes through the halls of Karazhan. Some of these echoes take the form of visions, revealing past events to the tower's guests. Others assume more malevolent forms, recalling a time when the Guardian's will was not his own. Mana Devourer. Rarely does the sight of a mana worm cause a seasoned veteran adventurer concern. These stray, simple creatures float about, consuming stray pockets of arcane energy. But in Karazhan, tables are often turned, and what at first appears harmless may be revealed as an enormous threat. And the all-seeing Vizidum was commanded by Kil'jaeden to capture Karazhan and tap into the tendrils of ley energy woven through the tower. Should he succeed in anchoring the structure to the myriad wards held by the Legion, the Dark Titan's army will overrun Azeroth, leave little more than a smoldering husk. He'll at 66 and 33% health, he'll open a portal to retreat to a nearby Legion ship. A Legion command ship. That is just hilarious. Like, the Legion has spaceships. Just airships, okay, they're a bit of a staple in fantasy, but yeah, let's bring the spaceships. Just, my god. Could do that if I cared enough. But yeah, we had a bit of a look at the Karazhan thing. I question when, if ever, I would ever get to do it, but there you go. It's mythic. I probably need... Really? It's like, I don't know how high my item level would have to be to do it. Oh, I got honor? When? Did I guess I must have done the thing that gave me honor. My god, I'm still in this. Oh, it's Titan Defense Orb. Forgot they existed. Ooh. Very cool ancestral chest. Okay, use this. Pop up here. Thank you. Now let's have a look over here. For archaeology. Because we're better to search in the middle of a fucking an active war zone. Okay. You know, you may have better success if you know, don't just keep hucking stuff at their shield, right? You know? But don't mind me, I'm just speaking logic here. Quick, he's out! Kill him now! Or keep hucking at the ground. Somehow I don't think they're actually trying to kill the Forsaken inside us. I think they're actually just trying to damage their shields, or is that meant to be a boat? Or the ground itself. Nothing more. Finally I found this. It's a bit of an awkward place to be walking, that's all. Oh, wished. Okay. I do wonder if Sylvanas has any more schemes up her sleeve. Like she was trying to grab the a year. Yeah, she's trying to grab a year to make more Forsaken. Is she planning on trying it again? Is she planning on anything else? And when we met her during that quest, it ended up looking like she was in league with Heya. Somehow I doubt she was. Heya is apparently in league with the old gods. I doubt even Sylvanas would side with them. But purely because the old gods don't side with anyone. I love how they were cowering there, but sensed me out here and just like immediately sprinted to the murder. Well, to try and murder me, I should say. There we go. Come on. Okay, just over here somewhere. There we go. I have to clear out a few... Would you piss off? The speech belongs in a museum. What, you got turned into a pile of ash previously? And these Forsaken do count our class as undead, which is strange considering other Forsaken aren't.
I will feast on your bones.
Of course. Stun. This to this. Once they are actually unstunned and they can hurt me, you know, I'm just gonna stand here. I'm gonna wait and let them try and kill me. And now, Fudok. It's quicker. Pop that. Honestly tempted. Not fuck it. This is a bit inferior. But then I get the set bonus, which regens me faster. Which is quite handy. Alright, let's do this. I really need to get back to recording the alts. I recorded some of that Dwarven Priest the other day before I got to WoW Game Time again. Recorded a bit of him, but I need to record more. Ooh, Mark of the Deceiver. It's a keystone for the demonology artifacts. I need to get more done there. Sorry, more done for the alt. Like I've said before, I plan on getting all the alts max level, and I would love to do so. What the? I guess this is something that can happen when you're gathering stuff, or maybe just demon stuff. But anyway, I want to get them all to max level for the end of Legion, and that's incredibly unlikely. And the less time I spend on this, the more unlikely it becomes. Ooh, I got even more archaeology fragments than I otherwise would. At 14. Not half bad. You know when I'm done this quest,